Hey guys. Oops. Hey guys. Sorry about that. Mic was up. Um, Mr. Barron's here again, and I'm taking you through some polynomial stuff, everybody's favorite stuff. And what I'm going to do is going to take you through adding and subtracting in this video. Then I'm going to do two separate videos for multiplying and dividing. So if you're having trouble with either of those things, I'll take you through some of the examples, and then I'm going to do a couple of shaded area problems in another video. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. And here we go. Here's the first thing. So the thing to know about adding and subtracting polynomials is that you need to match up like terms. And like terms are anything that are represented by the same algebra tile. Okay, so an x squared tile can go with an x squared tile. It can't go with a x tile, right? So you have to look for things that are like. So I got my x squared right here. That's not going to go with this x just because it's the first thing in line here. It's going to go with this x squared right here in the middle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of highlight stuff that's the same. So my 3x squared is going to go with my 4x squared. So my first step is 3x squared plus 4x squared. You add the coefficients, so I end up with 7, and you just get the same term. Okay, the same variable here. Because think about it. If you were adding 3x squared tiles plus 4x squared tiles, you're not going to end up with a cube, right? Or you're not going to end up with something magical like x to the 4. You still got x squared tiles. They stay the same. Okay. Now the next thing we do is we look at next thing in line here. Actually, you know what? I won't do that. I'll skip ahead there a little bit just to keep everything in order. I'm going to skip ahead to this one. So this is my 6x, my negative 6x plus 7x. So negative 6x plus 7x. So that's negative 6 plus 7 is positive 1. So we don't write positive 1 there, so we just write plus x. Now let me break out another color here. So next thing I look at is my plus 5. And then I combine that with my minus 7. So plus 5 plus negative 7. That's going to be minus 2. So I end up with an answer of, I'll just rewrite it in the one color there. You wouldn't have to if you were on a test because you'd have all the same color. 7x squared plus x minus 2. And that's my new polynomial. Okay, this simplified to this. Okay, so just adding like terms is what's important. Adding like terms. Alright, let's try another example of subtracting polynomials. So we got this situation where we're subtracting. Now I told you guys a rule in class where one way you could do it would be to change this to a plus, and then change the sign of everything inside the brackets. Okay, so if I change this to plus, I change this to a plus, I change this to a minus, and this to a plus. Feel free to use that. You don't ever have to subtract polynomials if you don't want to. You can always add them. But you know what? We're pretty good at subtracting polynomials, so I don't really think that we have to do that. Now, feel free, if you want to do that, go right ahead. So again, subtracting polynomials is about like terms. Okay? Like terms. So we're looking at my 5x squared and my negative 3x squared. So I got 5x squared minus negative 3x squared. So minus and negative is the same thing as a plus. So this is going to be 8x squared. Same tiles, same result. Then I got negative 6x minus 3. So negative 6x minus 3x is going to be negative 9x. Then I have 4 minus a negative 2. So 4 minus a negative 2. That's the same thing as 4 plus 2. So that's going to be a positive 6. So that's my answer. That's subtracting polynomials. Let's do one more subtracting problem because they're the harder of the two type. How about this one? We don't have x's this time, and we have n's, and they're a little bit, rearranged here. So again, We're looking for like terms, so I'm going to have my 1 subtract 7. So that's going to be minus 6. Then I have my 4n right here, and I'm going to subtract 3n. Those are like terms. 4n subtract 3n. That's just going to leave me with n. Then I have my negative n squared subtract my negative 2n. So that's the same as negative n squared plus 2n, which leaves me with just n squared. So note there, guys, you don't have to put the 1 in front, and generally it's a better practice not to, because it's sort of not simplified if you have that 1 in front there. So be careful. You might lose a half a mark or something like that. You never know. So generally get rid of that coefficient, and hopefully you'll get full marks for that. Alright, guys, I hope this clears things up about adding and subtracting polynomials. Good luck with your studying for your CRT.